let's talk about the Green Bay Packers. The Packers. So apparently, it looked like they had most people had them, and some Lion fans had them running away with the division. Some people had them running away with the division. And right now, after the first quarter, they look pretty. They look like people figured out the defense. Seemed like the defense got a high jump on the Lions, and then they went in, performed, and got Washington. Two teams that were highly talked about last year. And right now, Jaden Daniels went down, and obviously the Lions have hit their stride in a very difficult stretch. That's the crazy thing about it, But the season, is a season of highs and lows. You know what I'm saying? It's really about being hot at the right time, getting healthy at the right time. And for the most part, it's going to be a dogfight for the Packers. Obviously, you want people to come through Lambeau. That's, but for the most part, they have playoff experience. Almost could have went to the NFC Championship game. They should have beat San Francisco that year. So, honestly, obviously they probably got Baltimore, Pittsburgh. They got some teams coming up. It's going to be a dogfight. For the Lions' sake, they tough games in the first half of the year. Chicago, Minnesota. To be honest, I think Minnesota's defense is a contender. I think Chicago's, is just a work in progress. It's going to take time. But really, I think as of right now, the Packers and the Lions are the teams that you're looking at. And, excuse me. And I think, right now the Lions have took control, and maybe put a little distance between them and the Packers. It depends. But you have to remember too, highs and lows. Like I said for the Lions, the first about 8 games of the season, all they tough games. The number one defense in Cleveland. You're already on the road against Green Bay. You have to go on the road against Baltimore. You're going on the road against Cincy. Next week you're going on the road against Kansas City. And I think you got a bye. You will see Tampa. You will see Washington, Philly in some type of order. So for the most part, a lot of those dangerous games for the Lions, a lot of people looked at it as a treacherous step, a treacherous schedule. I looked at it as a lot of those tough teams that you had to play. The NFL put you on the road, but also they put you on the road before the weather really broke. So before it got that cold, that freezing rain, that sleet, all that's going to be done. Besides probably like going to Chicago. So the NFL really did them a favor with that number one schedule. But for the Packers, I think for them, it's just going to be being put in Cassetti football together. Doesn't mean their offense finally hit the corner because of what they did in Dallas. No, everybody have a career game versus Dallas this year. Probably not named Philly, but they offense struggling right now. So everybody having a career year versus Dallas. But Green Bay just got to be consistent, stay healthy, and really start to hit their stride at the right time. That's more important than home field advantage. So, but yeah, I'm not. The war ain't over for the NFC North. The Packers and Lions going. Bro, what are you doing? Like, oh, you can't stay between the lines, Brad. Like people be driving and then they be, like, dude. but yeah, the same thing. I mean, for Green Bay, it's gonna be a battle. And obviously Green Bay has got one win over us already, so at least that win was on the road. So, but I ain't writing Green Bay off yet. You know, injuries happen, upsets happen. So, they play later in the year. I think they play on Thanksgiving around that time. That's going to be a critical game. Depending on how much space the Lions have between the Packers and Lions. But the Minnesota game is going to be critical for both. Chicago game is going to be critical for. I don't think Green Bay or Detroit have played Chicago. Well, we played Chicago. I don't think Green Bay's played Minnesota or Chicago yet. So they got to play them. But for the most part, this is going to be a back and forth. But the thing about it is this. I think what it comes down for Green Bay and the Lions, besides like health and all that health, who offense come together first? I think that's the $1 million question. Who offense come together first? And believe it or not, I don't think the Lions offense is nowhere near clicking on how they should click. And the numbers will tell you the scores will tell you one thing, but I think there's a lot of room for opportunity. Honestly. So I don't think they're clicking like they should. And I think for Green Bay, it just really boils down to probably getting Watson back and Jordan, running the ball. I don't know. I think Josh Jacobs got injured. But also, Jordan Love is just erratic with the accuracy. He missed some throws that can really put the game away. That's the crazy thing about it. He missed throws that really can put the game away. So I think it's going to boil down, other than health and all that stuff, what offense can really hit their tempo. And you would think, Green Bay been together for a while, and Matt LaFleur, they've been together for a while, but Jordan Love has just got to be better accuracy-wise, And he got some new receivers, but I think it's really going to boil down to health and then all of them offenses. If the Lions offense can catch up to what John Morton wants to do, and they can execute it, consistently, and with his imagination and the run game that he has, the creativity, so the Lions gonna be a tough out. And Jordan Love can make some throws. If Jordan Love can make the throws consistency, they're gonna be hard to beat. So let me know what you girls and guys think. Check out Detroit Lions Talk. Check out the NFC North playlist, Detroit Lions Talk playlist. Hit the link tree. You can find me everywhere: Facebook, Instagram, X, the whole nine. Appreciate the love and support. Peace.